Licensing versus franchising. Is licensing an alternative to franchising your business? Well, if you're a successful business owner, you're looking to expand, you're looking to recruit other individuals to invest capital, open new locations, service new territories, use your brand and follow your training, then licensing is not an alternative to franchising. So the question comes up often, which is you want to expand your business. You've been told maybe that franchise regulation is extensive, or it may be expensive to franchise your business. Maybe even a local lawyer suggested, hey, instead of franchising, why don't you just license, right? The theory is let's have a simple agreement where we just license a trademark. Maybe they follow some of our systems and pay us a fee, and let's avoid franchise regulation. The unfortunate answer is it doesn't work. And the reason why it doesn't work is because the way the franchise laws are structured. At the federal level and at the state level, the purpose of the franchise laws are to protect investors, individuals who are taking their money and going to invest in a business concept. So the federal franchise laws and state laws say before you can offer or sell a franchise, you need to provide a prospective franchisee a franchise disclosure document. Now, the government is aware of business opportunities and license opportunities. And so what they've done is they've broadly defined what types of relationships create a franchise relationship. It doesn't matter what your agreement says, just matters if there's three elements involved in your relationship. And these are the license of a trademark, the payment of an upfront fee, and a degree of control, right? So for example, if you're going to give someone the ability to use your brand name and your logo, that's a license of a trademark. If you, as a result of giving them that license, they're required to pay you an upfront fee, whether you call it a license fee, a franchise fee, training fee, there's an upfront fee. And if there's a degree of control over how they operate, now, these are people going to be using your brand, right? So you don't want them doing just anything. So your agreement may say, hey, you can only sell these types of products or services. That's a degree of control. And if you have all three, license of a trademark, payment of an upfront fee, degree of control, what happens next is the franchise laws say that's a franchise relationship. No matter what you call your agreement, you could have a license agreement and a training agreement. You could just call it a limited license agreement. It doesn't matter what the titles are. It matters as to the substance of the relationship. We'll typically see some clients that come to us, they've licensed, they've sold maybe 20 licenses and things are going well. And what happens next is either a state regulator contacts them and says they're violating the franchise laws, or they try to enforce their agreement against the licensee. They find out it's unenforceable. Why? Because they violated the franchise laws. But there's some good news here, right? What happens is why people try to avoid franchising and gravitate toward licensing is because they think that it's cheaper and better for them, but it's not. And I'll explain. If you're looking to grow your business, right, and you're looking to add new outlets, right, new franchisees or whatever, if you call them licensees, they're going to open up new locations, service new territories, you're focused on the future value of your company, right? And the future value of your company is going to be based on the cash flow that your franchisees generate for you. So let's assume we start today, you start selling franchises. 1, 2, 3, 5 years from now, you have 50 or 100 franchisees. If you speak to private equity or you're looking to sell your business, the value of your business is going to be determined by the cash flow from your franchisees. If you're looking to take private equity or sell, in that due diligence process, the most important thing they're going to do is they're going to check your agreements and make sure they're enforceable. And unfortunately, license agreements are not enforceable. So you could be hurting yourself long-term in terms of the enterprise value of the business you're building. The other good news is that franchising is not as difficult as many claim it to be, and it shouldn't be as expensive as others claim. If it's done correctly, It's a smooth process, should take about 90 days, should be cost effective. And the really good news is that once you franchise and comply with franchise laws, this hurdle now serves as a shield to help protect your business. Your agreements are enforceable. You're building for long-term enterprise value. In a future sale, you'll have everything in order and you'll have enforceable agreements. So the better avenue is franchising. And unfortunately, the way the laws are designed, they're designed so licensing is not an alternative. And in fact, if you go down the licensing path, you could be falling into a trap and hurting yourself long-term.